Okay, hi, welcome to SkintGamers. This is our second quick play.
Yes.
And this is Demon Souls, the normal edition. Now, this has been out in America for quite some time, but it's only just coming over to the UK. This is an imported version, so this is just the normal Demon Souls. It's out in the UK on the 25th of June, and it's called Demon Souls Black Phantom Edition. It's about $37.99, and you get the walkthrough for the game with it. So this is the opening to the game, so I'm just going to quickly rush through this and hopefully show you the features really. So this is like a tutorial basically, so you have to play this the first time that you do the game and you'll play it optionally for every other character you make afterwards. This has been like labelled one of the most difficult games made basically. This tutorial isn't really that difficult, but the game itself, once you get into it, really difficult.
Now you said this is the original version. What's the difference between this and the one that's coming out in the UK?
There's absolutely, gameplay wise, there's no differences, apart from the fact that it's called Black Phantom Edition and you get the walkthrough with it, but you know, you're still going to be playing the same story, the same characters, and relatively sure they've not introduced anything that new into it.
Alright, cool. We also saw like a ghost then. What's that all about? Because it's constantly online.
Yeah, you do. I think there is an ability to play it offline, but if you've got an internet connection, I don't think it'll allow you to play it offline. Now, basically, you'll see other people running around occasionally. There are other people in different instances playing the game, and you'll get a brief glimpse of them. You'll also be able to find blood splatters, and that's if a person's died. You'll see the blood splatter on the floor. You'll be able to view it, and you'll be able to view how they've died, so you'll know not to do what they've just done. You can also leave messages for people, I believe if you're holding X for long enough. Oh, that's your gestures. So you can gesture for when you're with companions.
Right.
I think you can invade people and play alongside people.
The messages you can do though are really limited, aren't they?
Yeah,
It's
see,
just
see if I remember how to pull the message. I think it's select actually.
No, it's not select.
I'm sure it is. Maybe I can't do it in here because it's a training place. And it's only tutorial messages anyway.
Right.
Right, so these are all tutorial messages if you read them. Just telling me how to dodge, evade and things.
Right, but in the real game when there's a message it's just like
Yeah, it's usually
beware enemy
ambush
here,
ahead or something like that, yeah, strong enemy ahead.
So you can't really customize the messages yourselves.
No, they're limited. I mean, I tried to leave a message telling someone to come back to this area after a certain event happened, and you have to try and find really abstract ways of telling someone to come back, because you can't just say come back here later.
Yeah.
Which is really difficult. Now the best way to deal with enemies is just to avoid their attack and then get them while they're distracted. Now when you start the game you get to create a character, you can choose male or female. The weird thing is if you choose a male, you get the option to make your male look more female as well, which is an unusual thing. But if you choose a female, they do actually look kind of more female, because I made a female character yesterday. And you can do like numerous different classes. Now the class doesn't really affect much of the gameplay after the initial opening part. All it affects is your starting stats. So you'll get like, let's pull the stat menu. You've got all these stats here, like your vitality, intelligence, endurance, strength, dexterity, magic, faith, and luck. And then you've got your overall soul level. You've got different characters start off with different soul levels, and then they'll have different stats to start off with. But basically, when you level up, you can just create anyone you want to, basically. So there's no limit to what type of character you create.
So each character can use the same spells and stuff like that?
Yeah, once you've got... It works on the basis of you'll need so much faith or so much magic to use a spell. Once your characters attain that much, you can use the skill.
Ah, cool.
And every... Okay,
That was retarded.
That was retarded. Now these guys are obviously intended to be a little bit more difficult. They'll actually work to get your stamina down. The stamina is my little green bar. Once it's depleted, even if you are blocking, it'll just penetrate the block and then it'll deal damage to you. It goes up when you're not doing anything. There's another one coming up in a minute who just constantly blocks, which is really annoying.
How's the combat? Is it really button mashy or?
Not really. Like I said, you can't just go into this game button bashing, because if you mistime anything slightly, then they'll just punish you. I mean, one attack can take off most of your health bar if you're not careful. You've got basically, if you can see on the bottom left, I've got the heal spell, I've got some herbs, and then I've got like a shield and a mace, and I've got a second weapon, which in this case is it's called a talisman, and that allows me to use my healing spells. And if I press left on the D-pad, I'll put my shield away. Other characters, you can dual wield, you can get two-handed weapons, you can actually wield one weapon in two hands.
Yeah, to give more power.
Yeah, and it puts more power in each blast, which actually has worked out really well against this guy. And then you can just go back to using it in one hand again. Now, this opening sequence is actually quite small, but it does get you a good feel for the game. You can actually use bows and arrows, and there's also crossbows. With the bow and arrow, when you dual wield it, if you press the L1 button, you'll go into a first person like sharpshooting mode, where you can be more accurate with your shots. But other than that, I guess it's each to their own really. You could probably find a good use for the character, but I just tend to think that a shield is needed. As this game's been out in America for a while, there's a lot of powerful people. They do have a feature where in the Nexus, which is the main hub where you get to choose your location to go to next, there's a sort of tribute to all the players.
Right.
And that will show you who's got the most souls, who the highest level is, who's killed the most Black Phantoms, which are people who... It's either people who are invading, or just AI characters who are part of the story.
When you say invading?
Well, basically, once you get to a certain point in the game, I believe it's actually part of a quest to advance further in the story to invade another player's instance and kill the player.
Oh wow.
And basically, I think from that I haven't got to that point myself. I've not actually played the game that much. I keep finding myself starting again, trying to make a better character. So yeah, from what I've heard, once you get to that point, you can invade people as you see fit. You actually get to put down. If it's a crystal, and you put it down, it appears like a text, like a message would.
Right.
You select the message, and then that allows you to invade someone. As long as they accept the challenge, basically, I believe. So, right, I'm going to just heal up now because this is the end of the opening part.
Hopefully you'll be able to do this.
Yeah, hopefully I should be able to kill this guy.
We found out something really cool last night.
So,
nice.
Basically, this guy's intended to kill you and send you to the Nexus. Now,
yeah, because the plot of the game is you are dead.
Yeah.
And that's what the Nexus. It's like a limbo sort of thing. Right?
Yeah, the Nexus is where you go in soul form.
Oh, that's a bit.
That was a bit. The Nexus is where you go in soul form. Until you retrieve your body. Now, to retrieve your body, you have to kill what they call like powerful demons. Which this is actually one of the powerful demons. Usually they're at the end level bosses to begin with. I mean, you're intended to die, so even if you succeed and kill this guy, as hopefully we'll see, the thing that happens next leaves you soulless, or bodiless in the Nexus, should I say, and you've got to kill the first boss of the game really to get your body back. This guy just takes his bloody,
takes a while.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't have any attacking skills or anything like that. That'll actually be a benefit at the moment, so I'm going to have to keep making sure I dodge his swings. Tips for killing this guy if you are going to get the game and play it. Don't use range attacks, because it might work. I did see a guy trying to kill him before with a bow, but in my opinion, just run straight in, charge him, stick to his right leg. Just under his arm. When he jumps up, evade him, and then go back in